Hey there, I'm Fame1 and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a video which I was really doubting about to put it online. You might have seen already the thumbnail, but yeah, it's true, I've only played for a bit more than 50 hours. However, I have to point out that while I'm a new player, while I'm a noob, my thoughts and my feelings and my research about Planetside Arena is very true and very genuine too. Before I put something up online, I'll always try to double check it and also try to come to 2 sides at least. But the love for the franchise, that's real. Just to give some perspective, I already started playing Planetside 2 in 2013. I really liked the concept and I heard it was free to play, so I installed it. However, back in the days my PC couldn't run it, just couldn't, or at least it couldn't bear the frames. So there are we. Back in 2018, right now already 2019, and I started playing again. What you see right now in the background is the footage of me playing and actually installing for the first time Planetside 2. So today no fancy kill streaks or anything alike, just some raw footage how it really is. Then again, I think it's really important to talk about the new player experience. A lot more experienced players already put their thoughts online, on their opinions online, and also even ways to improve the new player experience. But here am I. I'm a real new player, and I do have an interest in a sci-fi shooter. But what do I really think about it? I think my point of view is actually pretty interesting to a lot of people, and also maybe to day rate games even. So let's go forward. The first thing you have to do is discover the game. This game already launched 6 years ago, so maybe it's hard to do some active marketing. However, finding this game is just very hard. Just look, for example, at the free-to-play page of Steam. What you see is Warframe, Path of Exile, Dota, Ring of Elysium, War Thunder, War of the Warships, even Counter-Strike nowadays, but no Planetside 2. If you want to find Planetside 2 on Steam, you have to search actively for that. So to get new players, you don't have to rely on Steam, really. No, Daybreak Games has to rely on other channels. A lot of games get discovered, for example, on Twitch, but the Planetside 2 directory is always pretty low. On a normal day, I think between 50 and 200 viewers are actively watching on Twitch for Planetside 2. That means it doesn't really fit into the top directories on Twitch, so you're not easily going to find it over there. There are also some exceptions. For example, when Winter Gaming is streaming, he's an important figure in the StarCraft community. And also, for example, when there is a dev stream, then the Twitch directory can go up a little bit. So it's more discoverable, but still not really high in the charts, to be honest. I really think the only way to actively get new people is also by actively promoting the game, by actively marketing the game. Otherwise, you just won't find the game, really. How did I find the game again? Pretty easy. Planetside Arena. When Planetside Arena was announced, a lot of magazines, game magazines or game websites also posted some information about Planetside Arena, and also posting about Planetside 2. For example, Usher was coming, and there was actually still some updates, so the game was still alive. I was actually amazed. I had to try that out again. I don't think I'm the only one just coming back after the announcement of Planetside Arena. So actually, I think that Daybreak Games should have done also some promoting for Planetside 2. But there I am. I'm back. I got a new PC. A lot of other new games have already come out. More beautiful games than Planetside 2. And also a lot of new techniques have come out. For example, ray tracing right now. One of the big things. But still, I had to try out a pretty old game, and still it had to convince me to really keep playing. Luckily, I personally think, as a new player, that the graphical fidelity of Planetside 2 is enough, especially for a free-to-play game, because that's really important to keep into mind. Okay, so you start playing, you start with a tutorial, a lot of text, not really a lot of voice speech, but a little bit, enough to get you started at least. Then they let you do a lot of simple stuff like walking and ducking, and well, it's luckily done really fast. Then after a short time you can start to shoot. That is when I think I start to like the game. I started as a Venu, playing for the first time, and I just liked the way I shot people. Luckily also the game explained that you could also easily switch from classes. You then do a lot of shooting on dummies and then you move on. Then it's get a bit more vague. They let you drive, they let you go from jump pads, they let you destroy a tank. It gets a bit more free. Later in the video you might see that I had some struggles with just destroying the generator. But well, I eventually did it. After like 50 minutes I completed the tutorial. What's the first thing that happened? I just got thrown into the real universe. Here you go, there's Miller. Have a map. Fine. Have fun, you know. And luckily, the first thing they do is, please press the join combat button. And pretty fast, I got in a pretty cool battle. I think I died a lot, actually, in my first minutes playing the game. But there were some sick space battles, you know. That's just amazing to see. Okay, but then I kept dying, I kept dying, I kept dying. And I had to say, for me personally, at the time, it became pretty dull. But I still like the concept, so I think it can't be that bad, can it? Really? I think I just have to learn. The few kills I did get just felt amazing, so I had to learn more about it. So I started googling more about the game, I started more looking on YouTube, and the first thing I came across were, for example, the guides from Serious Gaming. The videos like what to do in your first hour playing Planetside 2, in your second hour and third hour even. Those are actually pretty helpful to a new player. Also, there are some guides online from Iridar, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but the guides itself are really helpful. Sometimes a bit long text, but they do help if you really want to learn the game. But I think that's a struggle. I'm open to learning a game, to master a game. But I don't know if that's true for everyone. I think nowadays a lot of people just want to shoot, have some easy kills, or even in Black Ops 4, got like one special ability for every class or every hero that you can use, and you almost every time get a kill with it. Just an easy kill, even if you can't shoot a guy. But well, this is Planetside, things are a bit different. After I watched the videos, I started playing more as a medic and engineer just to get some more certs quickly. Because according to the guides, those were the easy to get money makers. Also playing as a medic really lets you learn the game playing as a support, try to get a bit of the grips to the game, and also when you're on the front lines, see for example what the heavy assaults are doing. After a short period of time, I also decided to get into a tank, and I got blasted away pretty quickly. I found out that you had to actually invest a lot in getting those tanks upgraded and stuff, so I just stopped playing tank. However, then I decided to go as a gunner with a more experienced tank driver. I actually didn't know what to do, but then the guy taught me in the tell note, dude, you have to go engineer, get your energy tool upgraded, and also start repairing the tank. So I did that. This is one of the good examples of how friendly the Planetside 2 community is. A lot of people are willing to help, especially once they start to see that you're completely lost. I wanted to thank the guy, but I just didn't know how the system worked. I just didn't know how the chat worked. Such simple things needed some extra explanation in the game. And also the voice system. I wanted to talk back, but I didn't know what button to press. Of course, later on I stood up and it was easy to see, but the first time you just want some extra guidance. The same was true when also deploying a Sunderer. I had no clue how to deploy a Sunderer. Luckily, for me personally, I was streaming my point of view at the time, and also had some really helpful guys in the chat trying to help me out with learning the game. And they told me, dude, you have to press B to deploy. I'm not a game developer myself, but what I would do is, for the first 100 times you drive a Sunderer, make a big note somewhere in the screen, and in the top corner somewhere, press B to deploy. I don't think it can be that hard, can it? There's little things really frustrate a new player just getting thrown into the world. Especially since there are some strange concepts which you're not aware of when you start the game. For example, flying. There's no fly tutorial as far as I'm aware of. Even one of the beginner directives was pull out an ESF. But man, what is an ESF? I don't know. I can't really tell, man. I can't. I was googling and I had a hard time finding it. But then I came to a really old Reddit post telling me ESF is Empire specific fly thing. I still don't know what the F is standing for actually, but I had no I had to spawn a site for the venue. But I digress. This is actually one of the things like new players should have a little bit extra help. But then I get to the irritating parts for a new player, or maybe for every player, and those are, in my opinion, the maxes and the air vehicles. As a new player, you mostly play as a ground infantry unit. When you encounter or an airplane or a max, there's little you can do to stop them from killing you. Especially the experienced pilots in this game are just really irritating. And I know they deserve it. They deserve to get kills. I mean, they put, for example, I think thousands and thousands of hours into the game just to train this mechanic also. And I think it's going to be really satisfying. And I can do the same thing, of course. But it just really frustrates me when I get killed by an airplane, which I can't kill myself with just my normal medic gun. Since you can still easily shoot on a max, you can still kill it with concentrated fire from a larger group. Those maxes also make you play more as a team. Some maxes are actually not that bad, but just the first time you encounter a max, what do you have to do? Especially since you don't start with C4. That also brings me to my second part about what frustrates me, and is also what kind of tools do you have to get. I've never heard of a med kit, I've never heard of C4, I've never heard of tank mines. In my humble opinion, they should just make you at least have one med kit, let you have at least one C4, let you have at least one tank mine you don't have to search into. Make the upgrades searchable, but at least the first ones, make them free. Make them standard for everyone. And that way you can at least learn the game a bit easier, in my opinion. I just didn't buy any tank mines because I think it was a waste of certs. And I know it was only like 100 certs, but still I was still saving up for that one gun. So I just didn't buy any tank mines. And it's just so useful in this game. Then we get to more team play. In this game there is a strange sort of invisible friendship between your faction members. I'm only not talking about the NC because apparently NCs team killing each other all the time. But, well, I digress. When you're just walking together or driving a tank together or when you're flying a plane together, you have this bond, this invisible bond that you have to help each other to get further into this game, to help you make kills, to help you get somewhere. Also the V button to communicate with each other, and also the Q button to spot people is, I think, really helpful in this game. They removed it in Battlefield 5, but I think it's a good addition to have in this little game. What I did really like is the easy of use insert button, just to join a squad. Well, having a good platoon is hard to find. I've had, I think, in 50 hours, I had one good squad leader, which I enjoyed to play with, just giving good directives, giving good directions, giving good orders actually. But most of the time it's just a lot of screaming into the normal platoon chat. So I decided not to play anymore in a squad, which is a shame in my opinion. I actually want to play in a squad. I want to play as a real organized war machine, but then you need an outfit. And yeah, I have to be honest, I just accepted the first invite I got. I felt so welcome. But yeah, it was just a mass invite and nothing really happened. So I haven't had any good outfit experience yet, which is maybe a shame, but I can't tell you a thing about it. I think even that outfit search button is broken or something like. And then again, this game is 6 years old and it's hard to find real active outfits. Luckily, sometimes there are some open events. On my server Miller, on the venue faction, for example, DIG is doing open squads, so you can join them. And those are pretty fun. But they didn't really have much of those experiences, to be fair. I want to wrap it up a little bit here, because I think it's pretty clear what's good and what's not good. But what makes me stay here, stay playing, that's the gun mechanics. The gun mechanics feel so rewarding, feel so good, that every time I get a kill, I want more, and I want more. It's like I'm on drugs, really. But I have to say, I've only experienced that when playing as an infantry. I felt like the tanks could be pretty weak from time to time, and the same was true for the dogfights I had in the air. So I decided actually just to keep it boots to the ground. Actually, that's why I'm looking forward to Planetside Arena. But then again, I'm gonna miss chasing those bases. I'm gonna miss working as a team, I guess. I'm gonna miss even my venue faction, really. A venue is love, a venue is life. But just the gunplay, man. Really, I can't emphasize how important it is, and I can't emphasize how good it is. I started playing when the servers were just awful. I think I had the best time to get into this game, really. But I kept playing, just thanks to the gunplay. I think I've praised the gunplay enough right now. But yeah, I will keep playing Planetside 2. And I will keep promoting the Planetside franchise. I keep promoting the idea of Planetside just as a whole. But I will be playing Planetside Arena mostly, I guess. Just because I want more that addiction. I want more of the gunplay. And please don't take a shot every time I say gunplay, but really, it's so good. Well, that's my experience. That, I think, sums it up. Let me know in the comments what your experience was. Well, how did you experience the game the first time? Did you get the same feeling, or have you got some other advice for the game just to go forward into the future? Then again, I'm Fable1, and I will be training a lot more with this game, and you will get some better footage next time I will upload a video about Planetside Arena probably. Well, I will try to train, I will try to improve, and I just love this game. Just a last thing, this game deserves a rating of 8 out of 10. Also let me know your rating down below. Just love to know all those ratings. Okay, but now really, to conclude, I'm Fable1, and we'll see you soon with some more content.